Welcome everybody to the food forest into fall. I think I might have bought too many trees, but that's all right. Neko and I are gonna figure this out. We have a whole mix of Saskatoon berries, Saskatoon service berries. We have a couple of heart nuts here. Let me see if I can find a tag. Oh, right over here. And we just got these from Stark Brothers. They're heart nuts, they're Japanese walnuts. And we also have a mix of, an apricot. Here's a Bing cherry, if it'll focus. And we have, I mean, this is a lot. There's a whole bunch of milkweed down there. And then we even have a few pawpaws and some currants and things like that. But I think, I think I know where at least like half of them are gonna go. So let me actually head over there. Sorry about that. I got some trees spread out and then I forgot I was making a video and started digging, but it's a good time to showcase kind of what we're doing. We got these from one of the local county, or no, this is from Stark Brothers, Saskatoon service berry. You can see it's quite tall. So we're gonna knock off the last couple of inches of that and get it in that hole. And just keeping in mind, this is basically the crown of the tree. We want that actually right at that level. We can see the soil level's just a little bit lower. That's about perfect. It'll settle a little bit, so you can always err on the side of higher on trees and then lower on bushes. And this is a perfect showcase actually of why we go through and we kind of mess up the root ball, because this root was actually coming up all the way up, and we would rather have the roots go down, and it's kind of twisted around there. So that's what we're trying to do when we take these out. You can see it hit the bottom of the container, and then it kind of went up like that, and it started rooted again. So we could actually, I guess, chop that off and then, I don't know, plant it next to it, but we want to make sure that all that stuff is heading down and not sideways and upside down and stuff like that. So show you what it looks like when it's done, and then we'll actually look at the other trees that I have pre-positioned. Half the fun is actually just getting those in place. So we've got it all mulched in, and the last thing that we need to do is we need to cut it. If I can do it with one hand. Nope, I can't. Look at that, I'm so strong. But we want to, because of the shock of moving it from one place to another, especially outside of a nursery, it's gonna have a harder time doing it. But we'll leave a little bit of a nursery kind of stem on there. I might actually trim that, and then it'll go through the winter and then come back, and most likely come back from this bud and that bud, and then it'll be a shorter overall tree, which is what we want. We don't want a mega tree. We just want something that we can walk by and grab the fruit off of. Okay, trying to get back on track here. I just moved a whole bunch of trees and kind of wore me up for a second. But here is our new little garden area that we strawed out. You see the pathway kind of circles around there. And it's kind of just starting out. We just taking advantage of what ended up growing. We made pathways where I guess less important stuff was growing. That's where that service berry is. So that's gonna be okay there, and we might end up adding another tree in there, not sure. But one of the first places we had thought to actually plant was alongside this huge wide walkway. And what we're doing is we have some raspberries here before. Now we're adding a currant that we got from Native Plants Unlimited. They're at a local nursery. Here's a black huckleberry. And then they'll have a service berry there, another currant, and then it kind of alternates. And then right over there we have something I'm really excited about, is heart nuts. So heart nuts are actually Japanese walnuts, and we're gonna plant them in one area, kind of make a triangle out of them. And they are going to, because I guess I'm kind of still worried about jug loans and inhibiting other plants from growing. And it's kind of, we've always had troubles trying to grow things in here. Obviously, what was that, Queen Anne's lace, that's what all the dead plants are. Queen Anne's lace grows here. That thing sticking up in the middle is a random apple tree, as well as that one on the corner that with the 3 stalks coming up. But we have gotten like this cedar right in front of me to grow, and we have gotten a pine tree to grow. But we placed a number of different bushes, and I mean, other than the regular plantain that comes up and an alder that's come up, nothing else that we planted in here has really done very well, except for a walnut. All right, so let me take a minute here, because this whole deal a bit overwhelming. Been working and going to school and all these different things. I've been buying these trees. I got a really good deal at a big nursery, so I got those huge potted trees that are like 50 pounds to move around. And then there's Stark Brothers, and I ordered some end of the year sales for that. And then there's the Hamilton, whatever that county was, the county sale, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff from there. And I still have another order. So what, I guess I'm gonna get a good chunk of this stuff done. I'll show you what all that stuff looks like. Give you an overview. And then I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow, the next day, to do all that stuff. I just need to, I guess, trust that the pots that they're in, there's all the nitrogen pellets. As long as I keep them watered, all the plants will be fine. I'm just really worried about, I want to push through and get all this stuff done, but it's just not possible today. So let me get back to the regular video, show you all these plants, and hopefully this kind of reflective moment will help anybody who's thinking about, kind of get overwhelmed with all the things that need to be done in the garden. There will always be tomorrow, and it's okay. So here we go. Okay, so that's a good amount of work done. I just want to show this last little part before I straw everything over. It's a kind of a mulch layer. You see how that water pooled up and it sunk down? You usually just do that twice, however you want to do it. You can't overwater a plant like when you're planting it. You know what I mean? Like, I could just sit here for another minute. Might be a little ridiculous, but I'm not going to kill the plant because the ground around it's going to soak it up and all that stuff. So you can see it's dropping down there. So that's what we're going to do with all these plants. Here's a larger current we got. Just kind of water it in, get rid of all the little air pockets around the roots, and kind of move on to our service berry. This will be a really cool area, I think. So we got the final mulching done all the way down. You can see those flowers. We got a currant, a service berry, one of those huckleberries, another currant. We come down here. We haven't got to this peach yet, and I might get these walnuts done, but this will be probably the end of the video after I showcase just how we kind of strawed things over, give it another watering, because it's getting late in the day and I'm out of energy here. So thanks for watching. On top of that stuff over there, I have a giant tree behind me, then another giant tree behind me, and then I have these. I have all these to plant, which will be easier to plant versus carry around the yard. That took a lot out of me. This is actually some saplings from a friend of mine. He had a couple of peaches in his yard, and they started dropping seeds down to the ground, so he dug a couple up, and we're gonna plant them kind of in one area so we keep an eye on them to see what kind of fruit they actually put on. Be an interesting thing to watch throughout the years. But yeah, and of course on top of that, I have a dozen milkweed plants that need to be planted and all sorts. But I think this is a good stopping point. So if you ever wonder why I or maybe another gardener doesn't put out as many videos, I had great plans for this video. I was gonna show you all these different things, and man, I started moving them trees around. So thank you for watching. Maybe I'll make an update video just on that peach, or maybe just planting a couple cherry trees, just to get some more content out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.